Hi, everybody. It's Elektra Yao, artist visa lawyer located in New York City. If you are at the beginning of your O1 journey, you are in the right place. We on this channel talk about all things artist visas, artist green cards, and your career as an artist and creative. Now, today I want to talk about something that right off the bat might seem like it's not related to the O1, but if you look at the O1 in the big picture sense, it is absolutely related to the O1. So let's talk about, why do artists need marketing? Right? Marketing is generally about promoting yourself and having people know about your work and for you to be recognized by for your work. You can be a great artist, a fabulous artist creating in isolation without anybody knowing about it. That doesn't take away from the fact that you are fabulous, a great artist with fabulous technique. But it's also, nobody knows about it. So if nobody knows about it, how can you be evaluated for the work that you do? How can you be competitive in the world, especially the art world, which is very competitive, if nobody is aware of the work that you're doing? So marketing for an artist is critical. It is crucial for your artwork to live beyond you. Now, if you think about this, all of the strongest, most famous, most well-known artists who have made an impact in the art world, their artwork is living beyond them, right? Think of a museum, for example, right? A museum houses and promotes artworks that have impacted and changed the world. For example, Guernica by Picasso at the Reina Sofia in Madrid. It's a piece of artwork that has transformed the world, and it is being housed and promoted in a museum. But I'm not suggesting that you need to be in a museum. You don't necessarily need to be in a museum, but you do need to promote your work so that your work is recognized. So, in the O1 context, your work can be recognized by experts within the field. And that helps us to satisfy one criterion. Your experts can be recognized by distinguished organizations that award prizes and awards to artists. This is satisfying a criterion. You can put your artwork on social media so that you are seen and viewed by lots of different people and maybe eventually become verified on the social media platform that you're putting yourself on. That also helps to satisfy a criterion. Now, of course, all of these different examples that I'm giving you, if taken in isolation, might not be the only approach to a successful case. You should not look at this in isolation. You should look at this within in a holistic manner within the totality of you as a professional artist and the totality of your petition, where we are required to prove that you have been recognized, that you have a sustained distinction within the field. Now, if nobody knows about your work, which expert is going to confirm and vouch for your expertise? If nobody knows about your work and you're working in isolation, which organization or which governing body can issue you an award, a grant, a residency? All of these things, as I said, help to establish documentary support for your work as an artist. If nobody knows about your work, how are you going to be hired for future projects? Future projects and future jobs is a requirement for the O1. But again, if nobody is seeking out your artistic services because nobody knows about you, then you're not going to have or satisfy the component for future work within the field or future engagements. This is a necessary aspect of your case. If you are living in and working in isolation, you might not necessarily be documenting anything, and there won't be third party sources that are documenting your work. So think about this in terms of exposing your work in a gallery or exhibiting your work in a gallery. When you're exhibiting your work in the gallery is going to issue a press release. This is a form of evidence we can include. The curator might draft a curatorial text about your work and about the exhibition as a whole. That's evidence that can be used. You might be on the website, the gallery's website, promoting the show because they want patrons to come into the gallery. That is That is evidence that can be included within the petition. The gallery might be, and the exhibition might be promoted on social media. There might be promotional videos. All of that can go within the petition. And all of that evidence is not created by you, it's created by the gallery. And the gallery is doing this because they want people to come and see your work, right? That's how galleries make money. They showcase work and then patrons come and purchase the work. But if they're not promoting your work, nobody's going to know about you. And this is why you need marketing. Now, subjective evidence, this would be emails, right? Between you and the gallery or the curator. DMs might be receipts for the paint that you buy, the canvas that you buy. Now, all of this requires you to be active and to promote your work. This is why it's critical for both the O1 and for your artist career that you take very seriously the promotion of yourself. And I think that a lot of the times artists are more focused on the creation of the work and not their promotion, which is valid, right? There's nothing wrong with being an artist. But if you are going to be that type of artist, you need to make sure that you have a team that is doing all of that business and promotion work. And a lot of the times when you're applying for the O1 visa, you're starting on your own, right? You don't necessarily have a petitioner, you don't necessarily have a talent manager, you don't necessarily have these external players to promote your work. But if you want the if you want to be if you want to be an O1 holder in the US, you need to have some form of externalization and recognition and professional finality to your work. And this requires you to hustle. It requires you to create those connections and to have those people and those professional achievements so that the attorney working on the petition can argue. And that, I would say, is what would lead you to having this international career that I so often argue on behalf of my clients, right? The ability for the artist to have work in China, in America, in certain countries in Africa. And I think that we artists in general need to step away from the potential stigma of self promotion, and really understand that this is something that is helpful for your art. For more people to see your work, to understand your work, to be curious about your work, is going to create a ripple effect of professional achievements and evidence for the O1 visa. So, a little bit philosophical, but very practical. I gave you a lot of practical forms of evidence that are included in the petition based on the externalization of your work and not living and breathing your work in isolation. And I think that that is going to really help you seek out those opportunities, because those opportunities are ultimately what the attorney is going to be using to prepare your petition for your O1 visa. So again, I love talking to you. I love talking about all these topics. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to send me a message. Go download my free resources. Begin your artist journey so that your work can be international, so that your work can be in the greatest city in the world for the arts, which is New York. We represent clients from all over the world and all over the country, but they always seem to find their way in New York City because it seems to be the place where art grows. Nice seeing you guys, and I will be back tomorrow with another video and another live to talk about all things O1, artist visa, and EB1A artist green cards. If you want to take your journey to the next step, you can just book a consultation, and I'm happy to talk to you and to guide you and support you towards a strong O1 petition.